shit. All we got to do is keep waking up. As long as we keep waking up, this shit right here gonna stay active. Now, bitch, you gonna sit down, eating that cake and ice cream in that motherfucking bed, crying and shit, think about that motherfucking nigga, bitch. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing but dead weight, ho. Like, just keep waking up. Like, keep waking up, bitch. Fuck with this homeboy daddy or something. Like, just keep waking up, cause bitch, the world gonna keep spinning, bitch. With or without your ass.
In May 2024, Mya Johnson stood beside her son Caden at his kindergarten graduation, tears of pride running down her face. 5 months later, she was pregnant again, and the day before she died, she told the world exactly how she felt about it. She was not going past 2 kids, period. That same night, she posted one more thing. Quiet. Directed at someone. The bigger you is the harder you fall. I remember an old person told me that. Take notes. Less than 24 hours later, Mya noticed her boyfriend had liked another woman's photo on Instagram. She confronted him about it. What started as an ordinary argument between a couple ended with Mya Johnson shot dead in her own kitchen. 9 weeks pregnant. Her boys, Caden and Kamari, asleep down the hall. Her boyfriend told police the gun fired itself. The evidence said otherwise. Before we continue, if you enjoy well-researched true crime documentaries, consider subscribing to True Crime HQ File and turning on notifications so you never miss a case. Now, let's get back to the story. Mya Johnson was born on August 29, 1998 in Chicago, Illinois, one of several children in a loud, warm, tight-knit family. From the very beginning, she was the kind of person you noticed. Sharp, funny, outspoken in a way that wasn't rude, it was just honest. She said what she thought, she laughed hard, and she didn't waste time pretending to be soft when she wasn't. Her family eventually relocated to Florida, and Mya grew up carrying that Chicago energy with her, that edge, that refusal to shrink herself for anybody, that instinct to figure things out on her own terms. The most important relationship in her life wasn't romantic, it was with her mother.
So I finally can reveal my secret. I feel like today is the perfect day for me to reveal my secret. And my secret is I'm gay. Yep. I have a girlfriend. She's a pretty stud. Yep. And everybody just gotta suck it up. I'm done with these relationships, these men. That's it. But she told me to record myself telling you this so she can see that you will approve of her.
That bond shaped everything, her work ethic, her independence, the way she looked at the world and understood early that nobody was coming to hand her anything.
Listen to my music, baby, because I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Don't bring that ugly bitch around me, because I don't do bitches. Simple. I can't say how this video. You talking about, I can't say how this video. I told her I should have told you. She just kept.
If she wanted stability, she had to build it herself, and build it she did. By her mid-20s, Mya Johnson had quietly assembled the kind of life most people spend a decade chasing. She earned her license as a lash technician, not as a side hustle, as a career. She built a client list through consistency and trust, traveling to clients, doing the work, making the money. Alongside that, she launched a men's clothing resale business, sourcing stock, managing sales, handling every part of it herself. No partner, no backer, just her. She filmed herself constantly, dancing with friends, giving her unfiltered opinion on life, talking straight to camera about being a boss, about not needing a 9-to-5, about doing things on her own terms.
One thing about me, I'm a boss. I don't know what you is, but I'm a boss. I don't know how you working or who you working for, but I'm the boss. You feel me? I don't be on none of that 9-to-5 ass shit. I don't be on none of that shit y'all be having got going on, because I'm the boss. You feel me?
Tens of thousands of people watched. They followed her not because she was curated or polished, but because she wasn't. She was raw, real, and impossible to look away from. She didn't chase virality. It found her anyway. in September 2024, just weeks before her death, Mya went viral. Not for anything staged or planned, but for her abs. People online couldn't decide if they were real. She found it hilarious. She posted about it laughing, completely unbothered. That was Mya. Effortlessly magnetic, never taking herself too seriously, always finding the humor in everything. On July 26, 2024, she posted a video of herself in her car, cash in her hands, caption reading, "I hustle 'cause it's in me, and 'cause I got 2 lil boys that's looking up to me." She hashtagged it single parent. Single parent. That word matters. She wasn't being casual. She was describing her reality, raising those boys alone, and she knew it. In 2018, her first son, Caden, was born, and her world shifted completely. A second son, Kamari, followed in 2019. Motherhood didn't get added to her identity. It became her identity. She once wrote publicly that she would always be her boys' safe place. People who knew her say she was. In May 2024, she posted photos from Caden's kindergarten graduation, beaming beside him in his cap and gown. She wrote that it made her cry, that she had a first grader now. She called herself Caden's Muva, Caden's mother. That was her identity. That was everything. By 26, Mya had a home in Tallahassee, multiple income streams, a growing platform, and 2 boys who had everything they needed. From the outside, it looked like momentum, and it was, until it wasn't. Around 2021, Mya began a relationship with Jha'kari Martin-Sugrin, 4 years younger than her at 22 years old. They eventually moved in together into a home on River Breeze Lane, tucked off Tower Road in North Leon County, Tallahassee, Florida. On paper, it looked like a new chapter, but something about this relationship was off from the very beginning, and the clearest sign wasn't something anyone said. It was something nobody saw. Mya posted almost every detail of her life online. Her sons, her business, her opinions, her personality, everything was on that page. But Jha'kari, almost entirely absent. No photos together, no tags, no public acknowledgement that this man existed in her world at all. For a woman who told her followers everything, that silence said everything. On September 3rd, 2024, just 7 weeks before her death, she posted, "Glad I don't get stuff done for attention. I do it for me." The kind of post that feels like a declaration, like she was reminding herself of something, or maybe reminding someone else. Neighbors would later tell detectives that the house on River Breeze Lane had a history long before October 22nd. Raised voices bleeding through the walls, disputes that people on that street noticed and remembered, not one argument that spiraled. A pattern, one of many, detectives would say. By October 2024, Mya was 9 weeks pregnant with her 3rd child. She had already made her position on this crystal clear, publicly, loudly, and more than once. 2 children was her number. Caden and Kamari were her world. She wasn't going further than that, no matter what. On October 21st, 2024, one day before she would take her last breath, Mya posted 2 things on Facebook that would later take on a weight nobody could have anticipated. The first post, she wrote that she didn't care about anything. She was not going past 2 kids. She told people to go ask about her. It was classic Mya. Blunt, funny, unapologetic. The internet loved it. The second post, she wrote, "The bigger you is the harder you fall. I remember an old person told me that. Take notes." That post felt directed at someone specific. Read it again. "The bigger you is the harder you fall. Take notes." She posted that the day before she died, nobody who saw either post knew what was coming in less than 24 hours.
I always tell myself, bitch, if I'm gonna put up with some shit, bitch, I got to be on TV to put up with it, bitch. I can't put up with it on land. Like, this shit is so regular, bitch. You putting up with shit for free? Bitch, no. I'm not gonna fight no bitch because she fucking with you and you fucking with us. Bitch, I'm not doing none of this weird ass shit these hoes be doing, bitch. I am a real boss, like a real boss with 2 kids that look up to me. Like, bitch, no, bitch, that's, and bitch, you niggas don't need them to scratch anyway, and bitch, you trying to choke a bitch out when a bitch fuck back on you. So, no, I like being single. Single is fun, like, if you in your 20s right now, I'll just say, like, if you in your 20s, bitch, live that shit up. Bitch, live that shit up. Don't let none of these fuck niggas take that shit out of you, bitch. If you want to hang out in the motherfucking ceiling room with your panties out all the asses, bitch, do it. Don't let no fuck nigga tell you to sit in no house, because that fuck nigga ain't gonna sit in the house when his homeboys tell him to come outside. Always remember that. Bitch, you don't have that pussy waiting at home, and you the pussy that's waiting at home while the other pussy outside.
Just before 1 a.m. on October 22, 2024, the final argument began inside that house on River Breeze Lane. It started with Mya seeing that Jha'kari had liked another woman's photo on Instagram. She confronted him. He dismissed it. She didn't let it go. And what should have been a conversation became something much darker, much faster than it should have. The fight turned physical. Mya started hitting him. In response, Jha'kari grabbed her, slammed her onto the bed, and pinned her down, holding her by the wrists and legs so she couldn't move. She told him she couldn't breathe. He held her there until she said it. Then he let her go. This wasn't a couple having their first bad night. This was the latest chapter in something that had been building for a very long time. After pinning her down, Jha'kari decided he was done arguing. He was going to leave for the night. He went to pack a bag, and here is where the story takes a turn that nobody has ever been able to fully explain. As he prepared to walk out of that house, Jha'kari picked up a gun and tucked it under his arm. He took a gun to leave a domestic argument. Think about that. Earlier in the fight, he'd taken Mya's phone and hidden it in the bedroom. As he walked toward the kitchen to grab his wallet, charger, and keys, Mya followed him, believing her phone was in his pocket. She grabbed at him. She chased him through the kitchen. She threw things trying to get her phone back. That's when the gun went off. Whatever happened in that kitchen, Jha'kari didn't wait. He called 911 and drove Mya to Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare himself. He got her there within 10 minutes of the shooting. It wasn't enough. Mya Johnson was pronounced dead at the hospital. Her unborn child, 9 weeks along, the baby she had told the world just the day before she wasn't going to have, died with her. Her 2 young sons, Caden and Kamari, were still in the house on River Breeze Lane, waiting. Hours later, he was arrested. In the interrogation room, Jha'kari was cooperative, calm, even. He had an explanation for everything. The gun hadn't been fired on purpose. It had just discharged while he was holding it. An accident. A terrible, tragic accident. To make his point, he picked up a toy gun right there in the room and showed detectives exactly how he'd had the real gun positioned under his arm. Look, he was saying. Look at the angle. Look at how it's tucked in. There is no way a finger reaches that trigger from this position. Physically impossible. Detectives listened, and then they started asking more questions. Had he ever been physical with Mya before? He said yes. Had he ever grabbed her by the neck? He paused. He said he wasn't sure about that specific night, but he confirmed he had done it before. In past arguments, more than once. No hesitation, no prompting, he just confirmed it. That wasn't a slip, that was just the relationship. The story had holes. And once investigators started pulling at them, those holes didn't close. They grew. First, the gun itself. After it fired, a fresh round had cycled cleanly into the chamber. No obstruction, no jam, no resistance. But if that weapon had really been wedged tightly under his arm the way he demonstrated, the slide mechanism should have been blocked. The spent casing couldn't have ejected freely. The gun should have jammed. It didn't. Second, the casing. When a gun fires, it ejects a hot shell casing. If that weapon had been pinned in his armpit the way he claimed, that burning hot casing would have ejected directly against his skin and left a mark, a burn, an abrasion, something. Detectives examined his arm carefully. There was nothing there. Clean skin. Third, the trajectory. Investigators reconstructed the path of the bullet through Mya's body. Based on her height and the angle of the wound, she could not have been standing where Jha'kari claimed she was standing when the gun fired. The geometry of his own story worked against him. 3 separate pieces of physical evidence. 3 separate contradictions of the same story. And then there were the boys. Caden and Kamari were interviewed separately, in different rooms, at different times, so that neither child's account could shape the other's. Investigators were careful about that. They needed independent stories. They got the same story. Both boys told detectives the same thing. Jha'kari shot their mother. The charging decision fell to Jack Campbell, state attorney for the Second Judicial Circuit. And when his decision came down, it surprised a lot of people who had been following the case, not murder, manslaughter, to charge first-degree murder in Florida. Prosecutors need evidence of premeditation, proof the killing was planned ahead of time. Campbell didn't have it. To charge second-degree, they need to prove a depraved mind, a total disregard for human life. He didn't have enough for that either. I don't have any evidence to say that he purposefully killed her with the intent to kill her, or that he even shot her on purpose, Campbell said publicly. With only the physical evidence and Jha'kari's account to work from, no other witness, nobody else in that kitchen, the law only stretched as far as manslaughter. Jha'kari Martin-Sugrin was charged with 2 counts of manslaughter, one for Mya, one for her unborn child, plus 2 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He was held without bond at the Leon County Detention Facility. Now here's what the charge sheet doesn't tell you. The night before Mya died, she posted publicly that she wasn't having more than 2 kids. She was 9 weeks pregnant. She was dead less than 24 hours later. The law calls it manslaughter. You can decide what you call it. What is documented is this. Mya Johnson became the 5th victim of a domestic-related shooting in Leon County in 2024 alone. The 3rd fatal shooting off Tower Road that same year. A postcode, a pattern that nobody stopped in time. At some point after his arrest, the system let Jha'kari Martin-Sugrin out on bond. He was charged with killing Mya and her unborn child, and he was out, walking free, moving between counties, wearing an ankle monitor. That's what the system decided was enough to keep track of the man charged with ending 2 lives. In December 2025, the Polk County Sheriff's Office received a tip from the Lakeland Police Department about his whereabouts. He had an active warrant out of Hillsborough County for fleeing a traffic stop. Due to his history and the violent nature of his prior charges, detectives didn't send just 1 or 2 officers. They sent an abundance of them, arriving at a residence in Eagle Lake at around 11:24 a.m. on December 10th. He was taken into custody without incident, out on bond for killing a pregnant woman and her unborn child, and he was running from traffic stops in another county. Let that sit for a moment. As of now, the manslaughter trial is still pending. No verdict, no resolution, no justice, not yet. Caden and Kamari are growing up without their mother, the same 2 boys who already told investigators, in their own words, what happened to her that night. A 3rd sibling they never got to meet, never had the chance to take a single breath. And somewhere in Leon County, a courtroom is still waiting to decide what justice looks like for a woman who hustled every single day of her life for her boys, who went viral off her abs and laughed about it, who stood at her son's kindergarten graduation with tears streaming down her face and pride bursting from her chest, who posted, "I do it for me," and meant every word of it. Mya Johnson was 26 years old, born August 29, 1998. She was 9 weeks pregnant. She was Caden's Muva and Kamari's safe place, and she was killed in her own kitchen over a liked photo on Instagram, one day after telling the world exactly who she was and what she stood for. If this story moved you, if Mya's story matters to you, hit subscribe and leave her name in the comments. Because the least we can do is make sure people know who she was, not just how she died. Rest in peace, Mya Johnson. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and never forget the victims at the heart of every story.